from it. Look at this. Can you believe? All right. That's all I'm gonna say is obviously the queen is participating in this reading. You can't make this up. What a riot. Hello, language facilitators. I was just inspired to do a card reading for you. I was feeling the energy surrounding this full moon we just experienced yesterday, and the massive sort of waves of communication that are going on around the death of the Queen, the passing of the Queen of England, and all of the energy that's coming around, how the colonies are feeling about it, how the English citizens are feeling about it, how the older generation is feeling about it, how the younger generation is feeling about it. But the one thing that I know that a lot of people are feeling is the idea of a loss of a matriarch. I know that she was the queen, but there is a whole archetype around that idea. So today, I'm going to be doing some messages, pulling some messages. If you're resonating with the energy surrounding that massive change, that matriarchal change that's going on right now in the UK and how it's rippling out across the world, and you're feeling that wherever you are, then this reading is for you. Let's pull out some messages. So we're going to use 3 decks today. This is the Language Facilitation Inspiration deck. And then I have this really cool archetype deck from Carolyn Miss, who is one of the first spiritual teachers that I started following when I embarked in my intuitive journey. And if you hear noise in the background, that's my cat Penny, who likes to participate in my reading. So if you hear her in the background, I'm sure I'll share some pictures of her on the channel. So that's Penny. And this is the other deck that I was really super motivated to use today. It's the Mother Peace deck, and it's a tarot deck, and it's a round tarot deck by Karen Vogel and Vicki Noble, and it's very female, archetypal, matriarchal, and also very generational and cross-cultural. So that's why I like this deck. So we're going to use that. So let's start. I'm going to pull these aside. And we're going to start this reading with messages from the Language Facilitation Inspiration cards. And these are messages that come from the energy of the late talkers in the world. So I wonder how the kids, like when we think about the matriarchal things that are happening and we see how, you know, the Queen's situation is changing and Prince Charles is taking over, how is that rippling down to the children underneath this matriarchal energy, and down to the citizens, the adult citizens, and even their babies and the future generations, because this is what's going to affect them, how the future moves forward. So interesting. All right, so look at this. Let's watch my story. So interesting here. Let's look at this image. Here's an image of a mom and a little girl. They're watching it on the iPad. I just did a video on the Waves of Communication channel about 10 ways to use iPad time, and images, pictures. And let's see what it says on the back. It's a purple video, which means this is crown chakra activation stuff. So review with pictures and video. Late talkers are great at remembering visual images and personal experiences, especially when they trigger big emotions. Record images of your family's activities and events so you can watch them later for video time. Retell the stories of the events in detail, reviewing the vocabulary again for items, actions, and feelings that as you recall and you watch together. Penny's sitting right next to me. So what I'm kind of getting out of this is the idea that potentially the Queen is intervening in this message, and the legacy of things that she created was influential, positive, negative, or whatever. And I think that what the inspiration that these kids want to know is they want to see how do they fit with the old system, with the new system, and maybe the new system will be more geared towards what these kids need, what this generation needs. Let's watch my story. Let's not worry so much about what's going on in generations and old school stuff, because we've even got a 70-plus-year-old man who's moving into this role of a matriarch. And, I think the future generations are creating their own story. So that's a really interesting message. We'll put that up here. Now what I want to do is I want to pull out these cards from Carolyn Myss. So these are archetype cards. Of course, the box is going to give me a little trouble. And it's a massive, huge deck here. And there are even some cards in this deck where you can fill in the blank. And so I really suggest that every one of us is doing a lot of these filling in the blanks, of creating our own combination of these archetypes into who we are. So we're not going to use those. What we're going to do is we're going to look in here and see, all right, so the matriarchal energy, the old school energy is changing. And they're archetype, which are sort of roles. And archetypes are the way that we embrace our energy. Who are we coming from? What personality is another word for archetype? What personality, energy are we bringing to this change? I think from the perspective of a language facilitator, of a parent of a child who's not been participating in the system, maybe the system hasn't worked for you so far, and now we've got a new system coming. What sort of personalities and interests? Oops, here's one left behind. These are too many together because there's a lot of these. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the deck and pull one out from the middle. And we're going to look at 3 of these cards. I'm just going to pull them right out from here after I put all my energy in. 1, 2, 3. And these are 3 energies, 3 personalities, archetypes. What are we going to be doing about it? It's so interesting how this I Love a Party card also came out. We might talk about that at the end. Let's look at these archetype cards. So the first one is networker. So what these cards talk about is what are we bringing? What kind of energy are we bringing to solve a problem? And that is, how are we going to evolve, ride the waves of communication through the changes that are evolving in the world, that are rippling out from this matriarchal division, or leaving the matriarchal energy, literally left this situation and moved into this more patriarchal. Now we've got a king instead of a queen, and how does that relate? And are people even going to accept that energy? Networking is so interesting. So what these cards talk about is a light attribute and a shadow attribute. So the first thing that's happening is, obviously, everyone in the world, including me on this video, are talking about this situation. That means that it's important. That means that it's going to trickle out. And somehow in your life, just how in mine, it's affecting you. Even just the ideas of what's happening and how you want to participate in that or not. And so when we look really close at this, it says the light attributes. Let's see if I can get this to focus for you. The light attributes enhance unity through the sharing of information and engenders social awareness and empathy. So we're all feeling this situation. We're all sharing. We're learning each other. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And maybe those other people's opinions are helping us decide how we're moving on. And then the shadow attributes down here say, it enhances unity through the sharing of, the shadow attributes convey information only for personal gain and spread fear and falsehood. So what I see maybe going on with let's look at how Megan's handling this, or let's look at how this is going on, or that's going on with it. You can talk about any aspect of a problem that you want. You can talk about the positive things or the negative things. But anyway, what I find interesting is because we're just sort of asking the universe what is important for us to consider, and I think it's important for us to consider the information that we are receiving, okay? Because we all love a party, and where could this information be coming from? Whose story are we watching? The lay talkers want to talk about their story, your story, and maybe you're distracted by this other thing, or, you can learn from it. Look at this. Can you believe? All right. all I'm gonna say is obviously the queen is participating in this reading. You can't make this up. What a riot. So we all have our ability to embrace our queen archetype. I just can't believe this. I'm just like, woza. All right, I need to have a little drink of my tea. You are the best, by the way. You are the best language facilitators. That's why we're here. And the queen is also saying that you are the best. You are the queen. Network together to learn how you can be the queen. Let's look at this card that says, hopefully, I don't know how well this works, but you can look at the image. Let's see while I read it. Radiates the light attributes, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. We all have benevolent authority, and definitely if you're watching this, you are a queen, just like me, just like all of us, okay? And the shadow attributes say it becomes arrogant. So the queen, this is like the arrogant queen who becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling, and demanding. So our authorities may be challenged. The female matriarchal authorities may be challenged by these matriarchal things, but we are all a queen. Look at this. Now we're going to pull cards from the Mother Peace Tarot about these. But, okay, now I'm just so curious. What is this one? And it's the Seeker. Look at this. So the Seeker says the light attributes are a thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Look at this image. We're all seeking. What are we learning from this? What's going to happen next? And the shadow attribute is inability to commit to a path once found. So potentially we're all feeling, all of us who are seeking. You're here looking at this video. I'm here creating them, seeking knowledge, seeking ideas, seeking what does this mean for all of us? What does this mean? Now, let's find out from the tarot. All right, so what's also cool about this deck is that it's round. There is no ups or downs about it. And hopefully you'll be able to see the images. Some of them are pretty bright. But let's put some energy into this. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to clarify this networker card. And we're going to see what does the tarot, the Mother Peace Tarot, the energy from the Queen. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's talk about this networking job. Now, networking, again, I'm seeing as internet stuff, watching tarot readings like this, and then taking the information and talking about it with even your own higher self, with other people. Networking is communication about your plan, about your path. What are you going to do? What am I going to do? It's not that you're taking and doing what you're not following. This isn't a follower. This is a networker. This is a seeker of knowledge to become the queen, right? Because these are the things it takes to ride this queen energy and get to where you're going. I cannot believe that we got that card. All right, let's talk about the networker, though. I mean, the stories just keep coming. All right, this one's really stuck in my hands. And this is the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. Let me show you the image here. Eight of Wands. Wands is about passion and communication and energy. And so this is an image of, I'm going to pull it up even closer, an amazing female. There's some female nudity in this deck. And she is shooting out her arrows of desire, her arrows of passion, her arrows of her stuff. She is not waiting for the information to come to her. She is communicating this energy. And this is what networking is, right? Networking, communication. We are communicating. It's about that, about how are you communicating? Are you sending out the messages? Once you learn what are you sending out, let's pull one more about that right out of the middle. And this is the Priestess of Cups. Look at this image. Aren't these amazing? Look at this artwork. All the images that come. Look, there's whales, rippling waves of communication. I love this. I love card reading. I love these messages. You know, I was just inspired this morning to wake up and do this reading. Look at the sun shining behind the clouds. And then here is this gal who is, she's the priestess. She's the priestess of cups. Cups is the energy of emotion. And she is figuring out these are messages that are coming, positive messages from the depths of your emotion. Big messages. Here's a whale of a message. In the regular tarot, this is a little cup with a fish in it. And this priestess, look, she's got her music. She's summoning, she's communicating with the whales. Music. And these ideas are exploding out of this interaction and communication. That's what's going on right here. Wow. What a cool message. All right. I'm going to leave the Queen for the last. Let's talk about the Seeker. Now, we know we're networking. We know we're sharing information, and it's emotional information, stuff that we want to know. What are we seeking? What are we going to find from this amazing... Oh, that one wanted to stick out. Sorry, it stuck back in. If it wants to come out, it wants to come out. There we go. This Mother Peace Tarot. Look at the back even. It's so cool. All right, pulling them out from the middle. Seeker. We get the Two of Wands, which is the Seeker card, right? On this deck, in the traditional tarot, there's a man standing on the shore who is holding a wand. There's one behind him, and then he's holding another one that he wants to take action with. And this woman, she is remembering how to build fire. She's cold. She's naked and cold. And she's remembering how she has knowledge to build a fire to get herself warm. The Two of Wands. My idea plus my action will get me warm. She's got a wand. See? And then this wand plus this wand makes fire. I know I have my passion, and together with my idea, I'm going to make something happen. I'm going to find my warmth. I'm going to find my comfort. It's in here. But though it's still in potentiality, that's why we're seeking. So maybe you are seeking the thing to do, the idea, what do I do to solve my problem? Or maybe you are seeking the motivation or, the idea or the action. One of those things is potentially missing or holding you back. You might be seeking one or the other. Let's get one more for that. The Seeker. We get the Daughter of Discs. So this is like there's the page, and then the princess, and then the queen. And so the daughter is like the page. This one is just, look. Oh no, maybe this is probably the princess. So the page, we already had the Priestess of Cups. And then here's the daughter. I don't know. This is one of the first times I've used this deck. So the Daughter of Discs. So we're talking about royalty in the emotional family. And this image, look at this. Let me see if I can get this to focus. She's standing in an arena where she has... Discs is practical things. Wands is about inspiration and ideas and the action we take behind them. But this is the practical stuff we make. The money, the health, that kind of stuff. So this is a more advanced, like you're building something. Like you've got a bowl of, there's a bowl of, I'm not sure what this is here. Oh, it's a pottery. Again, clay and creating things. And she's got a wand. You see? This same wand. She's got it. Maybe we're seeking how to turn these ideas into the practical. That's what you're seeking. So potentially, if you were using this workbook is a way for you to find that for your language facilitation journey. Because remember, these are messages for the parents of the late talkers. Parents, caregivers, moms, probably a lot of you watching them. Let's get some matriarchal cards about this Queen card, because now I'm really curious. So I feel like this is our opportunity for you to seek. So maybe if you have the seeker card, it means you don't know yet. If you haven't started using the book yet, potentially that's like literally it fell under here. And the link to buy the book is in the description. It's available on Amazon everywhere. But I want to know about this Queen card. We're networking, we're seeking as a result of the transition that the Queen has gifted us. You know, she left us. Rejection is God's protection. There's a big transition. There's a big transition. She's gone. She cannot help us anymore. We're thanking her for her service, gratitude, love, all of that stuff. What message comes? Let's just assume that this message is from her to tell us how to be our own queens. Woof. Okay. We're going to take that assumption because I dropped the card. All right, here we go. Pulling out from the middle. What does the Queen have for advice for us? This is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords. So here is a gal who is using these two swords and creating the infinity of her future. She's drawing it. Swords are ideas, thoughts. They can be problems. They can be inspiration. That's more the wands. These are the real ideas, the mind stuff that keeps you stuck. But this woman is not trapped. She's using these ideas that she's been seeking. And this is coming from the Queen. And there she is interacting with birds. And she's imitating the birds. Look at that. She's doing the same action that the bird is doing. I wonder if the Queen wants us, the way we become our queen is that we emulate the beautiful nature of the energy and then use our ideas and develop those into our own ideas. Be your own queen. That's what she says. Don't get trapped by what you see. Use what you see around you, what's going on, what you've been seeking, what you've been talking about with your friends and family. Use that stuff for inspiration. Use this new channel to keep you on a path that, you know, you get into your 11-week journey and you start making the process. Because nobody's going to do it for you. We realize the Queen just can't do it anymore. She held the throne for so long. Well, this one really stuck. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, sorry. This is the one about the cards. And oh, look, it's the Sun card. I love this. This is one of the best cards in the deck. Let's look at this image. This is one of the major arcana, however you say that. And this is about enlightenment. The Sun is about enlightenment. It teaches us we've got a butterfly, we've got a giraffe, we've got a zebra. You know, they're all striped and spotted, meaning they're flexible and changing. They're not set in one way. These stars, there's no two zebras or giraffe. I don't know if you say zebra or zebras. I don't know if there are two. There are certainly not two butterflies. None of these animals replicate the same. Still, they shine. They stand out because of their patterns, of who they are, who they represent. They shine. And these women are having a party. It's all about celebration, who we all are. They're all different. It's all the women, right? It's all the women who are standing up now to show how things are different now. We celebrate and thank the Queen. And just like we do all of the things that we were given by our lineage, our matriarchal, my mom's, my grandma's, your mom's, grandma's, aunties, all those people who influenced you in your life. They helped make you who you are. We celebrate them just like we celebrate the Queen. And how we celebrate them is by becoming the Queen. Your version of the Queen. That's what she wants. She wants you to live in her image, take the best, learn from her mistakes. That was something that the Queen was very good about, was being, when they got called out. I can't tell you all the time, but I think maybe we are learning from the mistakes. That's what the colonies are saying. They're like, look, we're not letting this happen again. We're not letting this happen again. Like I said, you're coming at this from all different aspects, but you're still a queen no matter what you are. Here's the card. It's the Shaman of Discs. Shaman. So I'm not sure who the shaman is, but it seems to me like someone who is Like the priest of it, the shaman is the priest, the one who manifests the discs, the one who knows what it takes to get those done and uses all the energy to create things and put things into action. That's what a shaman does. They use the 4 elements, the air, the wind, the earth, the fire, and the water and the emotions. They combine these things alchemically to create the things that they need on their path. See, he's walking his path, paying attention to inspiration from around I keep saying he, but this is definitely clearly a woman. And she's riding on a horse, She uses the support of everything around her to stay on her path. And then anything that tempts, she sees, all right, I've learned from all these things and I'm looking forward on my future. I'm still going forward. Yeah, this is cool. I did all this stuff. Woohoo! But she's not attached to it. She uses it to move forward. So we can't stay attached. There's the queen saying, bye. Good luck. Go forward on your path. Go forward, moving forward. Wow. What an amazing reading, an interesting reading. This last card from the Language Facilitation Inspiration deck says, I love a party. So maybe let's celebrate. Let's celebrate our new opportunity that the queen has left us behind. We clearly are going through a new door. We had this big full moon in Pisces. Literally at the moment of the full moon is when Charles took over and now he is king. And the ripples and the waves that come out of that are just amazing. So thank you to the universe, to the queen, to the late talkers, to wherever these messages came from. I never know for sure. I just feel compelled to share them with you. And if you like these messages and they work for you, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. So listen, it says party a little every day. This is how we move forward. We have fun. Party a little every day. That's what we talk about in the workbook, okay? Party activities and experiences are great reminders that you can be happy every day as you celebrate small accomplishments. Treats, music, dancing, games, decorations, and cake all can be enjoyed on a small scale every single day. Have a little cake every day. I have a little chocolate every day myself. Host a 1-minute dance party. Offer cake on testing days. Testing days, if your child has to do something scary or go to the doctor, say, all right, let's go have cake. Because, we can celebrate the fact that they did it, right? How are they doing at school? They had to take a test. They had to do whatever, okay? And create seasonal decorations. Look, I got my seasonal decorations out. Look at that. Have a party. Be your queen. Network with your friends. That's a party. That's a party. And seek while you're there. Pay attention to the messages that you get. Thank you for joining me, everybody. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.